Good afternoon and welcome to Hashtag Flint with Shayne Hodges, Flint for real. And today we have a very special guest. We got Jug Life, Flint Jug Life Water. And we're here today to talk about some important issues and some information because we all know everybody in the city of Flint is struggling with this water situation. The most important thing we can do now is to make sure that we are protecting ourselves and we are protecting our elderly, our children, and our people with weak immune system. So if that means you're out volunteering, if you're out passing out water, you just have to help these people. There's people stuck in Garden View Apartments, 148 units that have no water. We've been dealing with this situation all because of some politicians decided to make a deal, a backroom deal, to switch us to the Flint River. Because like something was brought to my attention today, when the time came, the city council voted 7-1 to go to KWA. From what I understood, that was under the impression that they would be staying on Detroit for that 2 years. But in the meantime, emergency manager came in and vetoed it. Ed Kurtz vetoed that agreement and said we're switching to Flint, which we all know Flint is the Flint River. Like we were discussing, Jug Life. If you are from Flint, and like our former mayor, the Rhodes Scholar said, you don't drink that. Even a Rhodes Scholar should know you don't drink that Flint River. You don't drink it. And the people who are in control of all of this change, there's so much information out here. And some of the things I think we should focus on is who did this to us? And what exactly, where did the money go? Because, you know, recently, as recent as yesterday, I was going through the social media and I found a story from Ronnie Duncan, and it was our financial manager. Her name is Jody Lundquist. She said there would be no more cutoffs. But are they still billing? That's what I want to know. The water's prepaid for. We know that. Why are we still paying for our poison? And I heard a lot of people, some people were saying, take the snow in your front yard and boil it and just, you know, we have to stop and we have to make a stand. One of the things that is not happening here is not enough people are standing up. We need to fill up city council meetings. We need to fill up buses to protest. We need to let them know that this is not acceptable. Our city, we want to save our city. The city of Flint, Michigan belongs to the people. You know, and I'm just afraid what we've seen happen in Detroit and what we've seen happen into our sister city, Pontiac. These things can happen very easily to us. Pontiac is completely almost gutted and sold. No, went from 500 city employees to 50. The mayor has all volunteers on her staff. These are the things we're up against, and one of the things that I find the most problem and the hardest obstacle we have to overcome is informing everybody of just how dangerous and how important it is to protect yourself, first of all, and know what's going on. Because I don't know if you've noticed, Jug Life, there's been a lot of lawyers who are popping up and ready to go into action.
Right.
The way that, you know, my opinion is the way the response has been with the state of emergency and everyone's passing it through, there is a serious problem. They just don't do this for any old reason.
Right.
So knowing that the military's coming and the federal government is on its way, that means we have a problem. So
right.
In the meantime, what I want everybody in Flint, everybody you know, to spread the word. All fire stations are open till 9 to 9 every single day to get water. Make sure every resident in Flint gets a case a day. That's for boiling, cooking. You have to protect yourself. You have to protect your family.
Right.
So if you need water, call down to City Hall, call down to the Sheriff's Department. They will deliver it to you. Right now, I know at the United Way, there's opportunities to volunteer and pass out water and help people get this water. So be a part of the change. Don't be a part of the problem and argue, and just be a part of positive change in this city.
Right, and the one thing that I want to say is ask for more than one case, because I've just learned that I have to cook with that water. I have to wash my kids with that water, and one case is not going to work. We need more than one case, period, you know. And I've got people that's ready to bring in shower heads for us and everything. All this stuff right now can be paid for by our government, but you have to ask for it. And vitamins for your kids, everything.
Yes.
Right now, I'm not saying we're in a position to try to be as a welfare state. We're in a polluted state. We're the first city in America that has actually been man-made polluted with lead water. That's my statement right there. And that we've been polluted by our state representatives.
Yeah, the people.
I'm sorry to laugh about it, but you have to have a sense of humor. That's I've been told I have a problem with that.
And that's the thing. It's it's funny the things that were done to us by the people that we elect, by the people who come to us and beg for our votes. So that's one of the things that I hope to raise is awareness. And you have to get registered to vote. You have to let your story and your voice be heard. There's so many people I talk to with horrible problems. Kids with sores, women turning yellow, women with gigantic wounds. I'm talking about my friend Pamela and my friend Ellie Mae. These people are suffering. So, and you're exactly right. You have to make a stand. It takes, with me and my 3 children, we take 2 cases a day.
Right.
To eat, cook, and wash.
Right.
And I'm
So
washing a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old. If you get one
case from the fire station, that's not going to work. That's going to make you come back again. That's a part of the story. That's a part of the movie that they're making.
Right.
We need to start warehousing this water so people can get as much as they need to take care of themselves basically for a week or a month. We want to give them all the water they need. People actually that's bringing this water in is thinking that maybe we got too much water. No, if you start taking 5 or 6 cases to work in your house to feed, to not only drink it, but to cook with it and stuff like that. Actually, at the point the lady said, they need to go ahead and turn that water off. Because then we will face the reality that there's nothing coming through our drains, nothing coming through our pipes, because all of it's poison. What happened was, I realized, it told me about a water heater. And what happened with the water heater is that water is coming through a water heater, and that's where the Legionnaires' disease is coming from. Those who are sick and elderly or something like that, they are being sprayed when they take their showers or they take baths with that from their water heater. When they turn that hot water on to bathe themselves, it's coming from your water. It's coming through the water. You're getting lead.
It's coming through the mist, the vapors.
Yeah,
when you heat that lead.
Nobody's telling us because our man told us what? The water was good. Watch me drink it. you know?
And that is no longer our mayor. I'd like to say thank you very much for stepping up and voting and making that change, everyone. And that's what I want to say about voting and being a part of your local government. Your local government is your everyday life.
That's right. Everyday life.
Your everyday life, from the building inspecting codes on how you have your house to the city transportation, how you get around the city. It's all these local leaders, and that's what I think is the biggest problem in Flint. We've seen the same people recycle themselves through all the positions, and mind you, each one of these is a very high paying position. They have money and they have power. These are the people that are writing the rules. You know, we have a couple clips of some of the things we'd like to show you. Like, for example, this is how it started at the water plant. This is what the atmosphere in the water plant was before the switch. They're laughing and joking, and this is the prelude to the disaster that we are now facing.
FEMA. I call FEMA Flint Emergency Michigan Assistance. We have taken the name.
We need it. We need that help. We need our people taken care of. We need the Army Corps of Engineers in here digging up infrastructure.
Hey, Shayne, I'd like to say one thing, and that's from the streets of the Flint of Michigan. The murder rate and everything that's going on, the violence. They said that if we're killing each other, and if the lead bullets don't get you, the water will. Now let me explain to you how the water will. Because Michael Glasgow said in the video, if you watch it, he says, "I got the magic bullet in our water." I know people. That's what I'm saying. And even Neely said, no one in the city of Flint has come down to this plant. We was raised through GM and Buick that we was like spoiled rotten kids. All we knew was that our water was clean. You see what I'm saying? So
yes, sir.
I say to you like this: in the streets of the Flint, Michigan, if somebody served my kids some water, I'm putting on the mask and I'm going at you. But then we dealing with the politics of America and the politics of the city of Flint and these emergency managers You can't run up on them like that.
The state of Michigan.
So that's why we protest, and that's why we do it. And I have a plan to do a protest at the water plant, and I'm telling you right now, I have 100 militiamen ready to come with me to that plant, and they're not my color. They feel it so much, their white man is ready to step up. And then I got 100 more people that's willing to step up and go to that plant. If you're willing to step up, it's on you too. That's the plan. That's my plan. Michael Glasgow must go. What time is it? Michael Glasgow must go. Because he's been monitoring our water since day one. And if you're looking through microscopes, if you're looking through test tubes and dishes, and you don't see no kind of disease or micro, they say microbiology
microorganisms,
and none of
opportunistic
microorganisms told Michael Glasgow, hey man, I'm about to kill some people.
Right.
And he's
if
still
you couldn't
there.
catch that,
and he didn't catch that.
And now you're still there.
Hey man, he needs to be held accountable. And then the guy, I love him, man. I'm glad you did what you did for him and walked through the thing because you knew what was going on. You knew you had to step up and get them through that process of walking through Lansing because you were at fault. You know what I'm saying? So you had to step up. And all I ask from you is an apology. I'm not asking you for you to lose your job. But if you have to lose your job, I'm going to step up in it. Because I'm not no sellout. He's not no sellout.
No, I'm not.
You're going to represent us in Congress or Lansing or anywhere on this planet as far as the city of Flint and the UAW with a sit-down strike where they said we got to represent our kids. We got to represent our families. You got millions, billions of dollars. And you're going to pay us what? Oh, no.
Water bottles.
Okay, we're the children of them. And you're going to do to what to us? That's why Governor Snyder showed up at the what?
At the city hall.
At the city hall.
Unannounced. He showed up and came and checked. He looked around at the fire station.
And he should have known who we are.
And he was
that nerd from Gateway.
He always, he walked around and looked at the fire department watched the operations, which I believe it's not good enough. Let's roll that clip of just the people we're talking about and the environment that's the water department.
Right. And then at the same time, they put him on a show in Detroit, Neely in the show in Detroit. And they showed that, he got on there. And they asked him, they said, why would somebody convince people to drink from the Flint River water? And it's called, it's on the thing. What's up? You know what? He said nothing. I'm trying to ruin myself. The truth is the truth. The video shows.
Yeah, they're listening to the clip right now.
Well, I don't know.
This is where the water is treated from the Flint River water. And we have two sources of water inside the city of Flint. We currently purchase our water from the city of Detroit. But we have the ability here in the city of Flint to drink the water in the river. And this is a tour today, and you're going to see how the water is processed, comes into the Flint River, processed, cleaned, and then distributed. So I hope you enjoy this. I hope this is informative and educational for you, because this is your asset. Be a part of your city. Be a part of knowing that you own things in this community. Enjoy.
Flint, how many of them ever came out to the water plant while it's in full operation? It probably would be 100% of the answer would be no. So we want to make sure that people understand that this is the asset of the people. The people owns this as an asset. We want to make sure that we gave you guys a tour while the plant was up and operational. It happens 4 times a year, right? We have a lot of chemical treatments, and this is some of the chemical formulas they have to learn. Some of the treatment supervisors and others that working on the water source has to be knowledgeable of. And we're going to take the tour. Feel free to ask questions, but this is the asset of the people. We have to really take a good look at how this thing operates and what we're going to be looking at in the future. People are complaining about the high rate of water and the cost of water, but people need to see the intimate side of what goes on the day-to-day operations here in the city of Flint. Now, there's going to be some of the things that's going to be on the table in the future. They're going to be talking about blending water from Detroit. That's one of the things they've been discussing. And people have this perception of Flint River water as being this awful source of water. It's not awful, because you can drink it. It can be used for human consumption, for drinking and bathing alike, and this water is safe. And we want to dispel some of those myths about water being unsafe. Also, we want to make sure that we look at this as they talk about maybe a Carradine water line coming from Port Huron, bringing a raw water source into the community, and then the water would have to somewhere it would have to be treated here. And so we want to make sure we educate you guys about that. So we want to go ahead and start the tour. I think pretty much everybody here today is going to come, but then we're going to have more people tomorrow. Feel free to call your friends and some family members to tell them about the tour that's going to be here tomorrow at 1 o'clock. The plan is only to be operational from, started the 8th through the 15th, right? This is an opportunity for all the residents to see our treatment facility. And thank you guys for joining us and taking the tour with us. Facility that we're going in now. We just came from the pumping area, looking at the pumps that pushes water out to the residents of the city of Flint, also take it in and pushes it back through the whole system.
Oxygen and electricity, and it creates ozone.
Ozone is oxygen. We breathe the air, it's O2. Well, what they do here is they actually add energy to O2 and they make O3. So O3, when they bubble the O3 through this water, the O3 goes to O2 and 1O. This 1O is excited. It wants to go and oxidize something. So it grabs hold of those biobugs and it disrupts the exterior membrane, the cell wall. so that it can no longer survive and reproduce. So it's the 1-2 punch. You got the chlorine, you got the ozone, and that's an attack on biobugs. So it's an advanced treatment system that Flint has in this plant, right here in Flint.
So the people who services these ozone chambers, they all work for the city of Flint.
Well, not necessarily. We have a maintenance contract with a company in New Jersey. Okay. Because that's basically where most of your ozone companies are. Okay. It's hard to get anybody that really knows and understands ozone. There's only 5 plants in Michigan that utilize ozone at this point, and that's I think I want to say there's only maybe 3 plants back in 2006. Okay. So that's getting to be more
We're off to another portion of the water treatment facility. We just learned a lot about the ozone and how they treat the water for contaminants and how they clean our system up. So that was very informative. I'm glad that we know how they clean the Flint River water up so it can be used with the substance by.
This is a sodium bisulfite solution. What that does is after we add ozone to the water, sometimes there's a little bit left, we add excess. So we add this chemical to take out the excess so it doesn't affect the rest of our treatment process.
So this is another process of removing some of the chemicals out there. And injecting to clean any contaminant they may have in the water.
What happens if we have extra ozone, we add ozone in this building, if we have extra when it goes into the next stage of the process, it'll cause us to use more of that chemical. So we need to take out any excess that we add before we send it to the next step of the process.
It's quite a lot of it.
Yeah, we always have to have at least 30 days of chemical on storage.
Over to my left, these are the old treatment facility buildings right here. You can see they're not functional anymore. They've been out of service for quite some time. You can see the time has worn on the buildings, and they also have been victim to scrappers as well. There used to be enough scrap metal in this building to pay for the whole demolition of it, but it's been vandalized, much like most parts of our city. And take a look at it, but structurally the building looks great, but it has been also victims to scrappers as well. This is the new facility here. Over the last few years, more than $50 million has been put into the revamping of this and making it a state-of-the-art building. We have our above tower here to make sure that we have enough pressure to push through the system. This is a state-of-the-art building.
This is the rising coming from the ozone. It's actually gravity fed from the ozone underground. It's a 50-foot line. I walk at the end of this building.
You say this is 28 feet deep?
That's about 28 feet deep. It's called a rising well. The water rises and then goes down to chambers. Goes to chambers that are a little bit higher.
So is this water been treated already?
Yes, this is what water. This is the first place it comes to. The water makes them attract to each other, make them bigger. And then the next process after we do that, it goes to a plate silver building. And that's where those white settle out, brings the water up. this is the next step in the process. At this point right here, we add ferric chloride to it. Alright. This is iron. It's a coagulant. It helps particles stick together. And then the next step, this is rapid mix. I'll take the slow mix.
We're back. Welcome back. What did you think about that? We just showed you that so you can start getting familiar with the faces of the people who changed our water. Because we need to change people when election time comes. Because it's time to take our city back. These people were, they spent $50 million on that water plant. Like the guy in the clip said, if the bullets don't get you, the water will. And the water has hurt a lot of people. A lot of people have died. A lot of women have had miscarriages. A lot of stillborn. And, there's so much sickness. One of the things with the Camp Lejeune poisoning from the water system was they didn't know 10 to 15 years later. So you feel fine now, but in 10 to 15 years, you're going to start having major problems. Things are going to start breaking down on you. And that's why it's up to you to speak out. We need you to like and share this video. We need you to videotape yourself telling your story. We need to get all of our words out. You hear about Michael Moore protesting and you hear about protests to the state, but we need the people to speak out and let the world know what's happened. We've had this world attention now on us for a couple weeks. Now it's time for the real people of Flint to stand up. We are Flint strong. And if we can stand up and put our words out there and put our stories and find real solutions to have our health and our everyday life change, such as, like you said, vitamins, healthy diet and exercise, correct information when it comes to the water. Because one of the things we wanted to touch on is how we were misled. And that's even with protesters. That's even with getting handed 26,000 signatures. You want to go after Snyder, but it was Walling and the local officials looking for a way to make easy money, because now they're selling their own river water. All that water department money goes into an account for this city called Pool Cash. Right. Pool Cash pays for everything.
It was $15 million in that cash plant. Right.
And now it all disappeared. 2008, the water plant had a surplus of $50 million, and it all went away with failed and comical lawsuits. They were settling each other's lawsuits. All these people, Peter Bade, city attorney, they all were involved in these decisions to, first of all, take our money and join the KWA, which is a scam. Genesee County right now is building a brand new water facility. Do you think Flint is going to have anything? So just to recap, we went from Flint, who made our money off of selling water to different municipalities in our area, because one of the things Darrell Buchanan ran for mayor on was, why tax ourselves when we can just raise these other communities' rates a little bit? But that was shot down and people forgot about that. But there was so many mismanagement and miscues in local city government. We have this guy sitting on the council for 30 years. How many backdoor deals? How did you sell us out? And then to turn around and be the one filing the lawsuits against the city.
Right,
and for some reason, the ruling ended up totally in favor of the city. And now the city has to pay the lawyer that you hired's fees. How does that work? I'm not sure. Right. We've had Val Washington in here, and we've had the facts about the water situation. There's so many layers to this. There's the legal, there's the people, and then there's the future. What is going to happen with our kids, our children? We've seen, I don't know if you've seen lately on social media, the pictures of the children with spots and bloody wounds in their head. I've been affected myself. My daughter had spots on the back of her hair. These babies are susceptible, like you're saying, when that water heats up, because current round of testing from Wayne State showed that mine and my neighbors had high TTHMs. That's the chemical byproduct that is causing the lead to leach into the water. Now that is coming into our homes, that is coming into our children. That is what's making us sick. When you get a hot shower and that steam, now not only is it coming into your eyes, nose, and mouth, it's coming in through every open orifice in your body.
You bake chicken or you bake water, you use water for your rice or whatever. When you start to boil that water for your rice and stuff, and you're not using the bottled water to cook with, that's putting the poison into your food. We've been actually hit. They have put us in a situation where they need to turn it off, really. And then we would really feel Hurricane Katrina on us when they turn the water off, because we have to learn to get water from another resource until they fix the water problem here in the city of Flint.
Because it's not an easy fix. It's not going to be fixed by handing out water and filters. Those filters do not work. I have videos on my page where it shows brand new filters, brand new water does not work.
Right.
So they're just pacifying the masses.
And now we need to take some of the water filters back and get shower head filters.
Yes.
So at least you can take a shower. I got people that's ready to bring us shower heads and everything that we need so we can take care of this. But the community needs to stand with us if they want to. If you want to keep taking a bath and raising your kids in that bath water that's deal with the lead, then you're not ready for the water to be turned off, because we are in a Hurricane Katrina. Maybe the water hasn't flooded on top, but it's under the bottom. And when you turn that faucet or you pour it into your pot, you're drinking it, and you know it.
Right, people need this water. The children, and one of the things that I can't stress enough, you have to educate everyone around you, everyone you know in the city, to protect the elderly, the children, the people with weak immune system, even us as middle-aged men. We are going to face some hardships in the future.
Taking all the elderly GM workers out with that. We know
all that. Just think. Yeah. All the GM workers who retired, they don't get to enjoy that retirement because they're dead. Know why they're dying. And then their property is being taken, bulldozed, and repackaged for a 25-year master plan. They want to make Flint
smaller, a college town or whatever, so that all them acres of land that you see now can be erased. All you got to do is look at it.
Shrinking the city means getting rid of you,
burying you.
Low-income families, people who are just getting by. Just think, with the 5 major universities in our area, no one stays after graduation. They get right out of here. And those are the same people that are protected by security. They're Kettering. U of M. I mean, U of M was one of the very first last summer to break the high TTHM.
And they knew what was going on.
They were failing.
They
knew what was going on when
they put it on the news just today that the University of Michigan knew what was going on, but they protected their college, but they didn't think about the rest of us who need to be protected.
Not the people who
and now they want to hold classes.
Day.
They want to hold classes. All of us need to show up for that class so that we can show them how the class of Flint people are. For real. I got my assignment in.
And we've all been on assignment to survive in this city. And that's why it's important. Please, every day, go get a case of water.
More than a case. Ask for
more than a case. Get what you can.
And if they don't give you more than a
case,
go
to the next fire station.
Let Flint Jug Life know.
Go to the next fire station. I'm going to get you 5 or 10 of them. You can post to his page, Flint Jug Life. You can post to mine,
may not like my style, but I'm being me. You need to be you.
There's so much more to this going on, to the point where we can show you some videos of the water plant. Has anybody ever paid attention? Like you pointed out, they always do the news reports from right outside. They never go inside. And wasn't there was an incident where they caught these people selling $80,000 worth of pipe. They were stripped the whole plant.
He says it on the video.
And scrapped the water
plant. Like a vacant house right there. Where the police at? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? That building needs to be tore down. And then they got a scrap yard right next to the back of it. That's the ones who was doing it. We need to get rid of that scrap plant because that land base of all that scrap feeds into the water of the river. Come on, just like I'm telling you with the water heater. We've been blinded to what's been going on. But now that we're waking up and being conscious, it's going down. I hope you're ready, because I am. I'm ready to take it before the United Nations. I'm ready
to speak in front of the EPA in Washington, D.C. about the lead and copper rule. Right now in Washington, D.C., they are talking about getting rid of the EPA's control over water systems.
Because of what just happened,
But that's the thing. That means communities can run wild without having the EPA
Right.
watching them.
Just like our what? State representative and everybody else has run
and
wild.
our governor
Right,
and
they all have something
our
to do with
former mayor who sat by and
Right.
watched us
As
all
he was a
get
puppet.
poisoned. That's the thing.
Walden, I met Walden before he got here over the internet, and I told him about the energy, about a program they got. It's called Energy for the kids and something, to teach them about solar power and everything. He took my idea, went into the office, and got grant money and everything, and then they had to do an investigation on him. See,
That's
I've been in
right,
this game.
permission.
I've been not the game, but I've been living in Flint for 53 years. I've been in the background on all of this. You see what I'm saying? That's why I can speak to you right now. That I'm telling you, I'm talking to people right now that we're going to go before the United Nations. They're going to have to shut it down. And I hope you prepare. And if you, in some kind of way, I'm trying to help you prepare for it if you're ready. But if you're not, maybe you need to find your way out of Flint, because the
Yes.
real Flintstones is here.
And we're not going to lose. We're not
Right.
going to lose our
We're not
land.
losing
We're
it.
not going to lose our
Right.
culture. We're not going to lose our heritage, because this city belongs to us. And it's up to you, the listener, the viewer, to like and share, to raise awareness. We have to vote. We have to come in numbers. Here's a number for you, 12,000 people. That's all it took to get rid of this mayor. That's all out of 67,000 registered voters. We need to
Right.
come together and unite. We're not all going to get along. We don't all have to like each other.
Right.
But the people of Flint have to let the world know that this is not going to happen here. We're going to pay attention. And that's what I try to do with my shows, going to the community
Right. If you want
meetings,
to put it in
being
the context
involved.
of white and black, this is my brother.
And this is my brother, and
Man,
we
I
have
love
a
him,
message.
man. And I love you too.
There's much love in the city of
That's
Flint
right.
for the real people. You know,
Right.
big shout out to all the warriors who have fought the battles. And we're not talking about the ones that go and protest. We're talking about the ones that get up every day and try to survive when their skin's yellow and
Because it's gotten to the point when you
they're-
open up your front door, you're in a war zone.
you're in a war zone. You're not safe.
You're not safe.
But, you know, these are some of the things that we are challenged with, and they want to know, what is the problem? The problem is, first of all, bad management. Any other business who was selling a poisonous, faulty product would be shut down. Look what happened with the cigarette company lawsuits. When they found out those people knew that they were killing people, what's going to happen to the city of Flint when some of these lawsuits start hitting? And the city is steady charging for water bills. It's unacceptable, ladies and gentlemen. And it's up to us to make this change. When you show up and check that box, 20,000 strong, that means they're gone. No more cushy job. And the next man up is going to pay attention to what he was supposed to do. For example, you don't do what you're told from the people. This is our stuff. That's where we forget.
And that's why Neely walked him through the Lansing legislature, because he know his job is gone. You know what I'm saying? But if
Time
he wants
is
to
up.
apologize, then that's on him. You know, like I said, the Rip It
But
shows
don't pass the buck. Take responsibility.
Right.
Don't pass the buck to the next man.
Accountability.
Because Governor Snyder sits in Lansing. He didn't pay attention. He doesn't care. He let Ed Kurtz and Darnell, you know, and that's another thing. Oh, Darnell's down there with a $250,000 paycheck in a failing school system. Did you see the Detroit school videos?
Man.
They're growing mushrooms in the
Mushrooms.
classroom. No heat, no supply. Students are taking over. And is this real? It feels like we're in a dream.
Pound, Flint
Are
lives matter. Pound, Detroit lives matter. Let's do this.
We matter. We are.
We
you know,
are matter. We are flesh. We are blood. We live too. Money doesn't. We do.
We do. And water isn't a, you know, your body is made up 70% water.
That's right.
And
And
you
that's
need
what-
water.
right.
And that's where
Viola,
you got to watch a movie called Chinatown.
Nestle. They want to control the
They
water.
want to control everything.
They
So,
control your children then.
you know what? As you know, all this information is so much for people to digest at once, and there's a lot of websites, there's a lot of information out there. So when you have time to look at on the internet or watch the news, make sure you pay attention, because most of these things have happened without us paying attention. We get lost in our lives and our everyday struggle. And really, these people who are, you know, driving big, nice Cadillacs and driving brand new sports cars, they're making these decisions that are killing our families. Somebody's mothers and somebody's daughters and somebody's sisters and brothers, they're dying and they didn't have to. Pets, how many pets have died?
And lost my
Animals, dead. just because you gave them you're thinking you're giving them nourishment, but really you're giving them slow death. So, some of the things that you're involved with, I know you're involved with a lot of things, with the music, with the movement, the militia.
Right.
So, let us know what's going on out here with the Jug Life, Flint Jug Life Water.
Real quick, and I'll give you the links or whatever you need or something like that. But I've been in contact with 100 militiamen who are ready to protest with me at the water plant, let alone 100 more. I'm trying to do a video with the Dehydrated song in downtown Flint with the Dope Show. But if the Dope Show don't want to work, we'll make our own show. Everything is ours. You yearn for your time and anything else that's going on with the health education, like I said, with the vitamins and stuff like that. I really a lot of things I want to say now because there's a lot of snakes out there, so I just can't just run off these because you shoot with my idea and take off. But it's a lot of things going on. I will hope that you all will understand and join with me and protest in this water plant, because this man is still here serving us poison. He's still receiving a hefty paycheck for serving us poison. And then he don't live here. He drives out of the city of Flint. We need to get people that's been trained. They can get jobs. That's where the jobs come from. Teaching our kids, how to run that water plant.
Right.
Not people from outside. It says in the video, Neely asked them. He says, so the people that's running this high H2O that sucks up the water and evaporates it, they work for the city of Flint. He said no. They work for a management company out of Virginia. You know what that means? That means that no one was watching the plant.
From Flint. It doesn't matter if that water's poison. They pack up and go home.
They was a part of a management, same thing again. And the name of the thing is that I'm trying to protest is that we need to get cameras up in there, live streaming from your home. You can see what A, B, C, or D is doing. And if he's monitoring that chemical, if he's looking at that tray, you'll see him. And that'll be the education for our kids. We need to take our kids through there and understand now how a water plant works and stuff like that, so this will never happen again. All over the city of America, our children need to know how the water works that they drink every day. And this would be the example to them. Live streaming cameras in that plant, so that the people that would be accountable for what they're doing. And then we will learn, we will teach our kids. That's what you call water warriors. That means that we're being responsible and accountable for our community. We have let others from outside come into who don't care about us control and run our stuff.
Michael Moore,
we need to go into that plant. We need to go into that plant, and we need to start doing an educational program, just like they read books, to teach their kids about this water.
Yes, we do. And with that, we gave you a lot of information. You can contact me at Shayne Hodges on Facebook, or All Points TV, or #Flint.com online.
Flint Jug Life Water.
Flint Jug Life Water here. You can contact him through Facebook. Do you have any other ways to contact you?
I'd rather for you just do it with the Facebook right now. There's a lot of snakes. There's a lot of people that hate. Flint Jug Life Water is it. That's the page that I put up, that I had to put up because I wanted to represent my community. That is called Flint Jug Life Water, because Jug Life Water. That's what we have to carry, jugs of water. We have to get crates of water, because this is where we at right now.
Yes,
and that's basically what I gotta say. And if you believe, if you want, let's do it.
If you believe in this city like I do, you remember how it used to be. It can be that way again and better. For our children and the next generation.
We got a mayor in there that I really truly and hope to believe that she's standing for us for what we have done right now. She's not a part of the conspiracy program that's going on. But the truth, we're in a day and time right now where the truth is going to come to light. What was in the darkness from the past is gone. That's how they ruled us. Yes. The light is coming. That means the truth is here. If you're ready to face the truth, we're here with you.
Yes,
if you want to go back into darkness, then you'll know what's going to happen with your children. Take your children out of here then, because it's going to get dark and you need to be in the light.
Yes,
that's the way I look at it.
And with that, have a great day. See you next week. Thanks a lot.
Peace.
Peace.